If people don't like the way we look, what do we say? Fuck you. Fuck you. We can still do what we've got to do. Hi.
I speak English, right? So, what's the story?
I got my scars 16 years ago. I was involved in an arson attack that was started deliberately in my granddad's pub. I unfortunately lost my two cousins and the man that saved me died. And yeah, the top half of my body is burnt.
Moi j'ai eu mon accident quand j'avais 16 ans et mon costume de carnaval a pris feu en fumant une cigarette. Je suis brûlée sur 40% du corps et j'ai fait 3 mois de coma artificiel.
So how did you feel after your accident?
Je me suis vue dans le miroir et je me suis dit mais... What the fuck? En fait j'étais la première grande brûlée que je voyais de ma vie. En fait j'ai découvert ce que c'était qu'être une grande brûlée sur mon corps et j'ai cru que je retrouverais jamais une vie normale et que je pourrais jamais plaire et jamais retrouver de copains. It was the same for you?
Yeah, I mean, I remember I was only 8 when my accident happened, so I remember being in the bathroom when I was in a wheelchair, and I kicked the wheelchair back and I see myself in the mirror and I was like, because I had a feeding tube and everything, and I was bandaged from head to toe, and yeah, I just thought, this isn't me. Like, I had no hair, they shaved it all off. I was like, yeah, I was like, like, what the fuck? Like, is this really me? And yeah, I couldn't move my hands, nothing, and yeah, it was pretty horrendous, really. But
how can you accept now your scars, your difference, your accident?
Growing up, I was bullied a lot, so I didn't accept it. I was desperate to fit in, I was desperate to have friends. So I started taking the piss out of myself, like my friends, like these people that I thought my friends were. So yeah, I made a joke about it and people started laughing and becoming my friend. And then yeah, I was really like insulting myself, so I felt like a monster as I was growing up. And when I was on my own, I just felt like this isn't right. Now I'm starring in a movie. Since I've done the movie about an acid attack, I've finally accepted myself. I've realised that I'm not a monster, I'm a human, and yeah, you can't take away the scars, but you can change the way people see them. So yeah, so now at this age, 23, I've accepted it. And about you?
Moi, du coup, je me suis reconstruite grâce aux réseaux sociaux, notamment sur Instagram. Et j'ai partagé mon histoire, j'ai partagé mon combat, et quand les gens m'ont apporté du soutien et qu'ils ont commencé aussi à repartager mon histoire et à me dire que finalement, grâce à mon accident, je les aidais, c'est là que j'ai commencé à accepter, à relever la tête et à surmonter en fait le regard des gens.
So how did you decide to what made you want to share your story to the world and yeah, just tell everyone, like, it must take a lot of courage to do that.
En fait, quand j'étais dans mon lit d'hôpital et que j'avais 16 ans, j'ai essayé de chercher des grands brûlés et j'avais l'impression d'être la seule grande brûlée du monde entier. Et je voulais pas que si un jour une petite genre de 16 ans se retrouve brûlée comme moi, qu'elle puisse pas en fait se retrouver dans quelqu'un. Donc je me suis dit, il faut que j'en parle et il faut que je montre aux gens ce que c'est d'être une grande brûlée. Et quand j'ai eu des retours de femmes qui avaient le cancer, d'hommes qui étaient amputés ou tétraplégiques ou qui étaient aussi brûlés et qui me disaient que je les aidais quotidiennement, là je me suis dit, ok, il faut que je continue en fait d'en parler, il faut que je continue de transmettre et c'est ça ma vocation, quoi.
So before you done your Instagram account, did you find like a lot of people insulting you or staring at you and asking you what happened? I mean, for me it's quite draining. Every day you have to tell your story. So yeah, how did you cope with it without your Instagram account, like just before?
Sans mon compte Instagram, je ne l'ai pas vraiment fait. J'ai essayé de m'en sortir grâce au sport, ça a été un peu ma thérapie. Avant Instagram, j'étais couverte dans la rue, je voulais pas que les gens voient mes cicatrices. J'avais des écharpes, des manches longues et ouais, je me cachais en fait, je me cachais pour éviter le regard des gens. Donc Instagram, c'est vraiment ce qui m'a aidée parce qu'avant, au final, j'y arrivais pas, quoi.
And before I did the movie, I was very suicidal. I didn't want to live with my scars anymore because I felt like a monster and I felt like, yeah, growing up, I was this creature, I wasn't a human, and I got so fed up with it, I just didn't want to live with it anymore. And I'd have to prepare myself all the time, going out. People would stare and then ask, and then it's just so much, so I didn't end up going out, and I was very isolated and self-neglecting, and I was staying in my room. I mean, I had a good group of friends, but it's not enough when
felt
they.
alone.
Yeah, very alone because I was the only one who was burnt, and I felt like when I went out with my friends, I was always the ugly friend.
I know.
Yeah, so it was, or I felt like, oh, my friends are only asking me to go out so it makes them look good. So then people can be like, oh, you're a friend, you're such a good friend, you know, really. But that's how I felt. But now it's just, it's completely changed me.
What about your relationship?
Very difficult. I mean,
I know.
I'm gay, so I feel much more comfortable with girls. I am sexually attracted to women. Yeah, I mean, I've been with my current girlfriend now a year, and she accepts me. But there's not that many people in the world that will look beyond the scars. You know, they always just want one thing, and then they see you later. Yeah.
Pour moi, ça a été hyper compliqué aussi, et pendant 2 ans, j'avais plus de copains parce que en fait, je m'aimais pas moi, j'acceptais pas mes cicatrices, donc je voyais pas comment un homme allait pouvoir accepter ce que j'étais devenue. Tu vois. Par exemple, ma première relation, genre mon premier rapport sexuel après mon accident, c'était dans le noir complet, pas de lumière du tout, et je me suis rhabillée avant que la lumière s'allume, mais genre rhabillée avec l'écharpe, les manches longues et tout le bordel.
So in your situation, how did you come to terms with it? How do you now, from then to now?
J'ai eu la chance d'avoir un homme, un de mes anciens copains du coup, qui m'a beaucoup aidé et qui était un ange et qui m'a tendu la main, qui m'a tiré vers le haut et qui m'a fait comprendre que mes cicatrices c'était ma force, mon histoire. Et que voilà, il fallait que je les accepte, il fallait que j'aille de l'avant et que ça faisait tout simplement partie de moi. En fait, je crois que quand on aime réellement quelqu'un et que quand quelqu'un nous aime réellement, ça aide à avancer, ça aide à s'ouvrir et encore plus à s'ouvrir au monde. Et c'est comme ça que j'ai avancé en fait dans mes relations.
So like, do you find that people or having like a certain job or something can help you overcome this? Yeah.
Littéralement, je pense que avoir une passion, ça peut t'aider à relever la tête. Mais encore une fois, je pense que c'est ce qui s'est passé pour toi avec Dirty God.
Yeah.
Moi, Instagram, c'est ce qui m'a aidé, mais parce que j'ai jamais eu de retour négatif et parce que les gens ont compris le message que je cherchais à faire passer. Mais c'est exactement ce qui va se passer aussi pour toi dans ce film. C'est-à-dire que les gens vont comprendre ce par quoi tu as pu passer, vont comprendre ton histoire, vont comprendre aussi les regards que tu as eus sur tes cicatrices. Et du coup, vu que les gens seront dans l'acceptation avec ce que tu es, toi, tu t'accepteras aussi. Have you always wanted to be an actress?
I never had any plans to,
Okay.
but I was casted for the movie about 4 years ago. But before that, I had a really bad experience with a TV documentary. They humiliated me on TV. They said they wanted someone with burns to see how they cope with their scars. It turned out to be a dating program. I mean, I've said already that I'm gay. They put me on dates with boys. One boy was also gay that was on a date with me. Yeah, and it was called Too Ugly for Love. So yeah, they really, really lowered my confidence. So then when I was casted for Dirty God, I was like, nah, I don't want to do nothing like this again. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad I did it because I mean, it's helped me with my confidence and strength. So yeah, I really hope it can help other burn survivors as well.
Why do you think it is important to speak about acid attack?
I think it's a really important subject. I mean, in 2017 in London, there was nearly 500 attacks, acid attacks in London. People were using it on women, on gangs. There's a lot of gangs in London that use it to do robberies. And yeah, I think there's nothing being made out there about an acid attack or even just about scars.
Do you think it's different when you was burned for acid attack or by fire?
I think it's the same. I mean, the trauma of it's different, yeah. But I believe when you have a burn, we all go through the same. The staring, the name calling, the comments, everything, trying to disguise ourselves, trying to fit in, the beauty of it is all the same. Whether you get burnt by acid, fire, hot water.
When you have been attacked by acid, there is a criminal.
There is, but then there's also, I mean, my fire that I was in was someone deliberately started it. So I think, I mean, you'll never get over having a burn, ever. Whether someone did it to you, that obviously can cause a lot more trauma to you because you're thinking, why? But I mean, for example, with you, yours was an accident, so, but then there's always something to blame. There's always something to blame and you'll never get an answer for it, ever, I don't think.
What's the real message of Dirty God?
And the real message for the film is like, for me, I mean, I just want to tell people that being different is okay. It just because it's okay. The message is like, being different is okay, and just because we look different, fuck you. We can still do what we've got to do. Yeah. No, but we can still do normal things. I mean, I wasn't going to live past 25 because of all these nasty thoughts I had in my head, but I've done the movie, I'm an actress, I'm here talking to you.
I succeed.
Exactly, we can still succeed in every single way possible. So if people don't like the way we look, what do we say? Fuck you.